Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, I'm in a different location this time. I'm on the beautiful island of Paros. So yeah, it's quite an exciting and beautiful place to be doing these kinds of readings. It's my first set of love readings, so I hope you enjoy them. So yeah, let's get started. So to let you know, I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot, clarifying with the intuitive as always. Now quickly, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been commenting, liking, subscribing and even sharing my videos. It means so much to me. I mean, the feedback's been amazing so far. Definitely check out some of my other videos if you haven't already, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, because I have so much more coming, onto the channel, right? So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get stuck in before I get too distracted. So with this love reading, this is for the sign of Aries. Okay, so if you've got Aries in your sun, moon, rising or Venus, this will apply to you on various different levels, okay? So as you may already know, we're now entering Libra season, okay, which is the perfect time for, really clarifying and reviewing our relationships, our connections with people, and trying to create harmonious balance, right, between our needs and that of our significant others, right? But also just finding harmony in general between the connections that we do have, so that any issues we have, we can kind of work through it and find a perfect sort of equilibrium, okay? So that's why I wanted to do it this time, because I figured, why not? It makes sense, right? Okay, I'll stop quacking. I'm not even sure what I'm saying anymore, but yeah, let's just get into it. So, my mind's kind of all over the place. You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit everywhere. Yeah, I've had probably 2 hours sleep, okay? I had to get the ferry really early. So I'm a bit all over the place, so just forgive me, okay? I'll shut up and get on with the reading. So, what I'm going to be looking at first is the connection in regards to yourself, okay? So this is for people who are currently dating, who have a love interest, or are in a relationship or marriage, okay? So any of those can apply, and I will explain as we go on. So first of all, I want to know is, what are your desires, Aries, okay? What is it that you are looking for? Okay. And then secondly, what is it that you're feeling at this time? What is the emotions behind it? And then thirdly, what is it that you're trying to manifest within this connection? Got a billion cards wanting to fly up for you. Okay, great. So, to begin with then, you've got the Emperor in reverse. So this is your desires, okay? So I think what you're looking for is someone that doesn't put you on a pedestal. That's someone that makes you feel like that you're equal, okay? So it's not someone, I think you kind of used to being in relationships where there was imbalance in some way. It may be that you were used to being the one who's financially well off, or you had, property, right? You had an apartment, a house or whatever, a car, whatever it is. You were quite stable, I feel, in terms of in the material sense. And you're used to being probably the provider in some way, right? Or that you felt like your partners in the past were kind of dependent on you, right? Financially, or in terms of what you have in the material sense, right? So I feel like with this, you're just not looking for that anymore. You really want to find someone that you see as your equal, right? Someone that you don't feel like you have to invest so much into. And I don't mean that in that way, in a bad way, Obviously, you're willing to support where needed, and you want to invest in the relationship in various ways. But I think you're just looking for balance, right? You want balance in all areas of your life, and that may have been what you've been lacking in some way so far. So that's really important to you at this point. That's what you're looking for going into any relationship moving forward, right? So in the position of your feelings, you have the Five of Swords. I feel like at this moment you may be feeling very disconnected. Could be that you're feeling disconnected from yourself, or that the person in which you have a relationship with, or that you would like a relationship with, you're not able to communicate on some level, or there's something you feel like you're not able to communicate. There's a disconnect there, right? So you're trying to reach out to them in some way maybe, and you feel like you're not getting a response, or you just feel in some ways that there's a blockage there, right? That you're not meeting eye to eye, that you're not communicating properly with this person. So it could be that there's a separation for some of you. It could be that you're just not gelling and you're not communicating well, so it's creating some conflict between you. There could be some distance involved, so just take it as it applies, okay? Or it just may be that you have your eye on someone and you want to communicate your feelings, but you don't know how to, right? You haven't found a way to inform them how you feel, right? So just take it however it resonates. And yeah, in the position of what you're manifesting, you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So again, I think you have been very worried about this. It's something that's played on your mind quite a lot in the recent past. But I think you realize that stressing over it and getting flustered around this person and panicking is only putting more pressure, right? And it's only creating more disconnect. So rather than doing that, what you're trying to do right now is find a new way to communicate, a new way to reach this person, so it doesn't create an even bigger gap between you, right? So again, take this however it applies. It could be within your marriage, it could be within your relationship, it could be in regards to someone that you're trying to connect with, right? So yeah, I just feel like you're trying to find a way to reach them, right? That's what I get with that. So yeah, I'm just going to clarify these first before I go on into how your person is feeling, right? So thanks, straight away. But yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys. As I said, I know that I'm a bit, I may not be communicating as clearly as I should be right now. But, you know, I really wanted to keep to my schedule, and I actually feel really good. I'm a little bit tired, but the energy is really good, so I wanted to make the most of it for you, okay? So do bear with me, and you can just tell me in the comments, Brenda, you know, you're quacking half the time. That's fine. Okay. So, to clarify the Emperor in reverse, you got the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I think you know what you do want and what you don't want, but if you focus too much, again, because like I said with this, I feel like you're really aware of certain issues that you've had in regards to the instability or the lack in your previous partner's life, right? And you were filling that void in some way, and you're not wanting to do that anymore, which is totally fine and it's like acceptable, right? But you have to just be careful that you don't put all of your focus and your attention on the things that you don't want, okay? Because if you do that, you're likely to manifest more of the same, right? So focus more on the things that you do want. What is it that you actually want to create more of in your life, rather than the things that you don't want in your life, okay? Because otherwise, I feel like you're just going to draw more of those obstacles your way, okay? So it's important to be aware of that. Think about the positive attributes that you want to find within your partner, okay? Okay. And if it's in regards to, if this is in regards to someone you're already with, i.e. you're in a relationship or a marriage, if you feel like there is some lack in some way, or that not all the bases are being covered, you need to communicate with them. As we've shown here, what you're trying to manifest, you are trying to find a new way to communicate. So, you know, it is important that once you figure out a way in which you think you can reach them and communicate your feelings without it turning into an argument, or without them feeling like it's an attack or a dig in any way, it's important that you do communicate this, that you're not feeling the balance at this time, and that's really important to you, that you want to try and balance things out, you know, whether it's like you feel like you need to do more around the house and the person needs to, you know, find more work, or whatever it is, like, you know, whatever you feel like is out of balance right now in your life, that's what you need to communicate with the person, okay? So to clarify the Five of Swords, which is how you're feeling right now, you've got the you've got the World card in reverse, you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and you've got the Page of Swords in reverse. So again, I feel like this largely comes down to not expressing yourself properly, right? That part of the reason why you feel this disconnect is because you've been scared to reach out to this person because of fear of how they may respond to you, okay? And while I understand that it can be scary because you feel like there's a certain level of vulnerability there when you're talking about your feelings and how it's made you feel in regards to these areas of lack, and you're worried that they may take it as a personal attack, you still have to find a way to communicate, right? Otherwise, if you don't, then these issues will just grow. So you're going to have to kind of bite the bullet a little bit here, because I can see that clearly there's a lot of fear surrounding this communication, right? But you've got to take a chance, right? You've got to take the chance and give the person the benefit of the doubt, because they may surprise you, right? They may have been feeling the same way. You know, and you'll never know if you don't communicate your feelings towards that person, okay, in whatever context, you know. And you've got the World card in reverse, so yeah, rather than looking for all the answers with outside yourself, go within, okay? Listen to what your inner voice is telling you, right? Speak from the heart and you will be able to reach the person, right? I feel like it doesn't matter how, everyone's different, right? Everyone's got different personality types, everyone responds to different things in different ways. But I honestly believe that if you speak genuinely from the heart and try to just reach that person from a place of true authenticity without overthinking it, and just speaking your heart, how you truly feel, not your emotional reaction to things, but how you truly feel, you will reach that person, okay? So I feel like you have to realize that the answer's within yourself, so don't overthink it too much, okay? And then with this Nine of Swords in reverse, where you're manifesting, you got the Judgment card and the Ace of Wands, right? So yeah, I mean, this is it. You know what it is that you want. You want this connection. Whether you're with this person already or you're not with them, you want it, right? This is important to you. But if you don't find a solution, if you don't just communicate properly and openly with this person, it's going to weaken this connection. It's going to affect your chances if you're not together. If you are together, it's going to weaken your connection, you know, and you'll start to see that play out in many different ways throughout other areas of your relationship, right? So it's really important that you take the bull by the horns and just sit them down and just be really open and just say, look, this is what I've been thinking and feeling. I don't know how you feel about it, but I just needed to communicate this with you. What are your thoughts, right? And open up that dialogue. I mean, honestly, that's the way to go here, okay? So let's have a look then in regards to the other person. What's going on with Aries? Love interest, partner, spouse. Okay, let's have a look in regards to their emotions. And what are they manifesting at this time? Okay, interesting. So you've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is how, this is their desires, okay? So I feel like they're feeling the effects of this lack of communication, okay? that this relationship or this connection was really important to them. It's something they actually really wanted. But because they can feel that something is missing, as in there is something that's not being communicated, it's bringing doubt into their mind, right? Because they don't know what it is. It could be anything, right? So they're just like, there's something they're not telling me and I don't know what it is. And that's creating doubt and worry in this person, okay? It's creating doubt, and they're starting to doubt the connection. So it's really important that now is the time to really act on this before it gets to the point where they just walk away, right? So in the position of their emotions, they got the 10 of Cups in reverse. So it's not too late, okay? They're not beyond reach at this point. It's just they're getting to the point where emotionally, they've gone through a cycle with you, okay? They felt many different things. But at this point, if they're not careful, they could allow the more negative emotions to take over and bring them to a hasty decision, right? Because they're not getting that communication they need. They're not getting clarification. They're not getting closure. Right? So it's really important that you communicate, especially if this is someone that you're not with currently and you're seeking a connection with, because if you leave it too long, they will move on, I feel, right? So it's really important that you reach out to them now. If it's someone you're dating or you're in a long-term relationship with or married to, you definitely need to communicate, because I think wires are getting crossed. I think they're thinking one thing when it's actually another. Because there's no clear communication. You're not discussing your feelings, right? So you need to have that discussion, okay? It's really important. Sorry if there's a lot of noise. I mean, I'm in a hotel, so, people coming and going. All right. And then in the position of what they're manifesting, you've got the Ace of Swords in the upright. So, yeah, this is very much a case of they want this communication, right? Ace of Swords, like it doesn't get any more clear than that. It's like literally saying, I need to know what's going on, right? I need to know what this person is thinking, because they're not telling me and I have no idea what's going on, okay? So what they want at this point more than anything is just for you to sit down and talk to them, okay? Do that. And don't do it over text or email or social media, right? Don't be messaging them. Meet up with them if you're not with them, or if you are together, don't text them like, oh, we'll talk about it later or sometime. No, when you're with them, sit down and talk to them, okay? Because I know people do that all the time. I mean, I've even been guilty of doing that, and it's not good, so I try not to now, okay? All right, so let's clarify the Ace of Wands then. See, wow, okay. So, I mean, you've got the Two of Cups, right? And the Sun. So that is massive. Like, that's not a small connection. That's huge, right? This person is completely in love with you, if you couldn't tell. But they are suffering because of this not knowing, the doubt that's been created in this connection. But they really love you. They see you as their second cup, right? They see you as someone who is whole and complements them beautifully, okay? So, yeah, and they're happy. Otherwise, they're very, very happy in this connection, right? Or they see you, if they're not with you, they see you as like, someone they could have a very beautiful future with, okay? But the not knowing is what's driving them nuts, okay? So you need to communicate that. Okay, interesting. So this person could be a Leo with the Sun here. But then we do have the Ace of Wands as well. So there could be a fire sign. It could be a Sag, another Aries, or a Leo again. So it could be a Leo quite easily, but we'll see. It may not be a Leo, but it seems like they may have fire energy in their chart somewhere. Take it as you like. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't quite expecting that to come up. That's awesome. So, yeah, they are in love with you, Aries. My gosh. They really are. I feel it as well. Like, Like, they're deeply in love with you, and you need to communicate with them, okay? Because the not knowing is driving them insane, all right? And whatever concerns you have around this connection, with the fear that you may be leaned upon too heavily, just communicate with them. See how they feel, okay? Because it may not be like that at all, okay? And if you feel like it has been like that, say if you've been in a relationship with this person, or you're married, and you feel like it has leaned towards that way, just speak to them about it, okay? And then you can change it. Okay. Because it's obvious from this so far that they're willing to, you know, compromise, because they see you as, like, you know, the one, essentially. Okay, so let's have a look. 10 of Cups in reverse. And you got the Fool card and the 10 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, they want the way you to communicate, right? They don't want it to be like this anymore. But there's no closure, right? There's no change right now because you're clamming up. So you need to change that, because that's what's causing this emotional rift within them right now and making them question whether or not it's a good idea anymore, because they're not getting the closure they need. Right, and that's what's being represented here. I need to know, and I don't, and I'm nowhere near getting that closure. Right, so that's what they need. Okay, because emotionally it's taking a toll. Okay, and then they've got the, you know, with the Fool card, it's like they are opening themselves to the idea of just letting go, and that's what I was saying. Right, that you need to be careful of that, especially if it is someone you're not even in a relationship with yet, because they're more likely, I feel, to just cut their losses, right? So you need to be aware of that. You need to act, Aries. You can't leave it any longer, okay? And what about the Ace of Swords? Okay. So for the Ace of Swords in the position of what they are manifesting, you got the Eight of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Wands. So yeah, they are feeling kind of burdened right now, but they know that if they were just able to have this discussion with you, if you was to initiate it or make them feel like they can sit down and talk to you about this, how they're truly feeling, then, you know, you can really begin to build something here, you know, work on the connection, you know, bridge the gap, right? But until that communication comes in, they're kind of just stuck waiting for that and feeling kind of stagnant, feeling a bit lost and emotionally drained, right? Because that communication hasn't happened yet. But then once it comes in, then you can start to really bridge this connection, okay? That's all it takes at this point. Just need to communicate. The person is not lost on you, I'm telling you, because they love you way too much. With that Sun energy and the 2 of Cups, clarifying the Ace of Wands in reverse, man, like, they are so in love with you, Aries, okay? So let's have a look at the overall energy then, or rather the outcome, should I say, which is kind of like, yeah, they're kind of connected, but look at the outcome. Thank you. Okay, 2 of Wands, right? Mirroring each other. You're worried, she's worried, he's worried, they are worried, right? Whoever this person is, they are both, you're mirroring each other, right? They are just as worried as you are, okay? They want to bridge this connection just as much as you do. So communicate, because it's not lost, okay? You have this powerful soul level connection going on with the 2 of Cups and then with the Sun as well, and then the 2 of Wands. I really feel that, like, and you both want the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, right? Theirs is in the reverse right now because of the doubt, but that's how they're really feeling, you know, that you two belong together. So you need to communicate, you need to share your true feelings on it, okay? Show them how you really feel, tell them what it is you need, right? Have that open communication. Okay, and any last parting advice for our dear Aries? Okay, Three of Swords. So it's important to be aware that they may be getting advice right now. I don't feel like, I mean, sometimes this can represent a third party situation, but I don't feel like that. I feel like they're getting advice from someone that's also adding further doubt to their mind, okay? And I don't think this person has bad intentions, but they're hearing certain things that kind of, you know, bringing up red flags occasionally, okay? So they are trying to support their friend and say, you know, just be careful, guard your heart, blah, blah, blah. So this person may be pulling back a little bit. So that's why you need to have that conversation. You need to put all fears, you know, to bed, right? And then once this person knows, then when they're communicating with their friends or whoever, they'll just be like, no, I know what it is now, you know, and that fear won't be fed anymore, okay? So that's it for you, Aries. I hope that was useful. I hope that made sense, you know. Yes, I hope that made sense. So yeah, do let me know your thoughts in the comments if it resonated with you or not. If it didn't, don't worry about it. It wasn't necessarily your read, but you can check out some of the others depending on, you know, what signs you have in your chart. You know, you can have a look at your sun, moon and rising and your Venus, and, you know, have a look at one of the other videos. Maybe they'll resonate more. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know your thoughts. Like, comment and subscribe as always, and I look forward to doing your next one. So take care for now.